Kanto is a region where nothing exists by chance. Every Pokémon is born with a specific role within an ecosystem that does not forgive mistakes. Some dominate from the very first day, others survive by adapting, and a few exist outside all known logic. On this journey, we will travel across Kanto Pokémon by Pokémon, discovering how they live, how they evolve, and why each one occupies its place in this world. Bulbasaur inhabits humid areas where light and soil determine its development. The seed on its back functions as a photosynthetic organ that sustains its growth over time. Ivysaur increases in size and its mobility is reduced. However, its influence over the surrounding environment continues to grow steadily. The dorsal plant becomes an active and dominant ecological element. Venusaur reaches its final stage as its flower matures and releases compounds that affect other species. Its presence alone modifies the balance of the area it inhabits. Charmander establishes itself near constant heat sources. The flame it carries reflects its physical condition and its ability to withstand extreme conditions. Charmeleon becomes more robust and territorial, entering conflicts more frequently. The rise in body temperature is a direct response to combat and heightened aggression. Charizard, in its final form, is both fire and flying. It uses aerial dominance and destructive power to become an apex predator, controlling territory, intimidating rivals, and altering the natural balance wherever it appears. It obeys only those who demonstrate clear authority over it. Squirtle inhabits areas close to water, where protection is essential for survival. Its shell absorbs impacts and allows it to endure prolonged confrontations without unnecessary exposure. Wartortle gains noticeably improved mobility with growth. It uses aquatic environments with greater control, combining precise movement and constant defense. Blastoise reaches its final stage by transforming water pressure into an effective weapon. Its dorsal cannons allow it to change the course of a battle without approaching danger. Caterpie is born vulnerable in open environments, where time works against it. Its only advantage is rapid growth, reducing exposure before being detected. Metapod remains immobile for long periods of time. Its hardened shell protects it while its body undergoes an irreversible internal transformation. Butterfree gains access to the air after transformation. From a distance, it disperses defensive substances and avoids direct contact with potential threats. Weedle is small and exposed, relying on a single survival resource. Its stinger acts as a constant warning against larger predators. Kakuna avoids movement entirely, as any action would increase risk. Its body gradually hardens while it remains hidden, awaiting transformation. Beedrill becomes an aerial hunter, responding with fast and precise attacks. It does not pursue for long, neutralizing threats before retreating. Pidgey can be found in almost any open environment. Its survival depends on constant vigilance and escaping before conflict becomes unavoidable. Pidgeotto grows stronger and more territorial, beginning to defend specific sections of the sky. It attacks quickly to expel intruders without prolonging confrontation. Pidgeot controls vast air currents in its final form. From above, it monitors territory and decides when to intervene as a dominant predator. Rattata thrives in nearly all human environments, surviving where others fail. It feeds on scraps and reproduces rapidly, easily occupying urban spaces. Raticate grows larger and more aggressive, no longer avoiding conflict. Its fangs allow it to dominate and maintain constant territorial control. Spearow is extremely territorial and responds with immediate attacks. It does not wait for danger to escalate and drives away intruders without warning. Fiero becomes more resilient and persistent, pursuing its targets over long distances. The hunt ends only when exhaustion makes escape impossible. Ekans moves without producing any sound. It observes patiently and attacks only when the prey can no longer escape. Arbok uses intimidation as its primary weapon in maturity. Constricting pressure eliminates resistance before the final strike. Pikachu is small and extremely reactive, responding to danger with rapid actions. Short bursts of energy prevent prolonged confrontations. Raichu channels greater accumulated power into decisive discharges. Each intervention is brief but final. Sandshrew reduces exposure in arid regions by curling into a ball. Its hardened skin protects it from extreme heat and direct attacks. Sandslash becomes faster and more offensive, combining rapid movement with sharp claws. It strikes precisely and withdraws before becoming exposed. Nidoran female is smaller but constantly alert, deterring threats through chemical defenses and avoiding direct combat when possible. Nidorina sacrifices speed for endurance as it grows. It defends its space with measured movements and controlled aggression. Nidoqueen focuses more on endurance than offense, protecting territory through sheer presence and resilience without retreating. Nidoran male is more impulsive and reactive, responding to danger by attacking first. Anticipation is critical in competitive environments. Nidorino abandons caution as it grows, favoring direct confrontation as the primary strategy. Nidoking alters environmental balance with every movement. Strength and aggression make it a dominant presence that cannot be ignored. Clefairy does not follow typical regional patterns. Unpredictability becomes its greatest advantage for avoiding constant threats. Clefable achieves stability and stops fleeing. Endurance and unsettling calm allow it to maintain control even under pressure. Vulpix avoids direct conflict whenever possible. It uses heat sparingly and observes carefully, minimizing risk against stronger predators. Ninetales replaces impulsiveness with experience. Precise environmental control commands respect without excessive force. Jigglypuff appears harmless but alters the environment to its advantage. Sound becomes a tool to neutralize threats without combat. Wigglytuff gains endurance and withstands prolonged encounters, maintaining psychological control as opponents weaken. Zubat is fully adapted to total darkness, moving precisely through confined spaces. Lack of light is not a disadvantage, but a natural condition. Golbat becomes more active and aggressive, hunting constantly. Aerial speed and proximity are essential to sustaining energy. Oddish emerges at night to feed. Fertile soil and nighttime stillness allow nutrient absorption with reduced risk. Gloom experiences significantly reduced mobility with growth. In exchange, it produces stronger defensive substances. Vileplume releases dense spores that saturate the environment. Proximity becomes dangerous for any other creature. Paras lives in an unequal relationship with an invasive organism. While the body remains active, control gradually transfers to another life form. Parasect completes this process when autonomy disappears entirely. The host continues functioning, but no longer makes decisions. Venonat is covered in highly sensitive receptors. It detects minimal vibrations and responds before an attack materializes. Venomoth becomes silent in movement. Attacks arrive without warning, guided by chemical detection and proximity. Diglett rarely appears on the surface. It spends most of its time digging and moving constantly to avoid direct conflict. Dugtrio destabilizes the ground when acting together. Coordination allows terrain disruption and intruder disorientation. Meowth observes before acting. It exploits opportunities, gathers resources, and avoids unnecessary conflict. Persian becomes more calculating and dominant, minimizing effort through speed and precision. Psyduck experiences constant mental pressure. When limits are reached, stored energy is released uncontrollably, altering the surroundings. Golduck achieves stability, transforming chaotic energy into precise and controlled movement. Mankey reacts instantly to any stimulus. Aggression is not strategy, but instinct. Primeape exists in permanent fury. Lack of control becomes its driving force in hostile environments. Growlithe remains alert and patrols its territory consistently. Speed and scent detect intruders early. Arcanine can travel vast distances without stopping. Its presence alone commands respect across large regions. Poliwag remains in constant motion. Endurance and flexibility are key to avoiding larger predators. Poliwhirl gains muscular control and stability. Balance allows survival in changing environments. Poliwrath reaches peak physical strength, dominating both water and land without losing effectiveness. Abra is too fragile to withstand attacks. Any threat results in immediate disappearance. Kadabra relies less on evasion and intensifies mental control. Alakazam possesses exceptional cognitive capacity, resolving conflicts before they begin. Machop subjects its body to constant effort from an early age. Training prepares muscles for repeated combat. Machoki continues relentless physical conditioning, reinforcing strength and endurance. Machamp achieves maximum coordination, with multiple limbs acting in unison to resolve conflicts instantly. Bellsprout uses flexible movement to capture prey before danger is perceived. Weepinbell refines ambush tactics as it grows, favoring enclosed spaces. Victreebel offers no escape once prey is lured inside. Tentacool stays near coastal waters, maintaining distance. Tentacles discourage direct approach. Tentacruel gains absolute control of marine space through size and reach. Geodude withstands constant impacts and navigates rough terrain easily. Graveler becomes destructive in motion, altering landscapes with each movement. Golem dominates through mass and resilience, becoming nearly unstoppable. Ponyta relies on speed as its primary defense. Constant movement prevents capture. Rapidash reaches extreme acceleration, crossing territories without reaction time. Slowpoke conserves energy through apparent inactivity. Hidden potential rarely manifests. Slowbro unites mind and body, controlling prolonged encounters calmly. Magnemite disrupts its surroundings through constant magnetic interference. Metallic objects react subtly, and the environment becomes unstable the longer it remains nearby. Magneton amplifies this effect through combination. Farfetch'd survives through intelligence rather than strength. A simple object becomes a defensive tool used with precision and restraint. Doduo compensates for its lack of flight with extreme ground speed. Erratic movement makes capture difficult. Dodrio attacks without pause. Three minds act simultaneously, overwhelming threats through constant pressure. Seal is adapted to extreme cold. Slow movement conserves energy in hostile environments. Dugong moves efficiently through icy waters. Endurance and thermal resistance support long-distance travel. Grimer thrives in polluted environments. Toxic waste becomes nourishment where other life fails. Mook saturates its surroundings with toxicity. Prolonged exposure alone becomes dangerous. Shelder remains motionless until threatened. Defense is absolute while it waits for danger to pass. Cloyster pushes defense to the extreme. Its shell becomes nearly impenetrable. When it responds, the reaction is brief, violent, and absolutely decisive. Ghastly lacks a stable physical form. It manifests as a presence that distorts perception. Haunter feeds on confusion and fear. It lingers around its targets, applying constant psychological pressure. Over time, resistance weakens without direct contact. Gengar turns fear into a weapon. Its presence alone destabilizes opponents. Even without attacking, escape begins to feel impossible. Onyx moves easily beneath the ground. Massive force is applied from below as terrain yields around it. Structures collapse before resistance can form. Drowsy targets vulnerable minds during periods of rest. Mental activity becomes its primary resource. Physical confrontation is rarely required. Hypno exerts sustained and deliberate mental control. The influence deepens over time. Physical force becomes irrelevant once willpower collapses. Krabby defends confined spaces with immediate aggression. Its claws react without hesitation. Any intrusion triggers a fast and decisive response. Kingler dominates through overwhelming strength. One limb defines the outcome of combat. Territorial control is decided quickly and without debate. Voltorb remains unnoticed until danger becomes unavoidable. Disguise delays detection. When threatened, detonation is instant and final. Electrode releases energy without restraint. Instability increases rapidly. The surrounding area becomes chaotic within seconds. Execute functions as a tightly coordinated unit. Individual weakness is compensated by collective behavior. Survival depends on internal synchronization. Executor dominates through sheer size and constant pressure. Space itself becomes restricted. Prolonged presence forces submission. Cubone advances cautiously, protected by remnants of the past. Every movement reflects vulnerability. Caution defines its survival strategy. Marowak replaces loss with discipline. Emotion is redirected into control. Each action is measured and deliberate. Hitmonlee fights from a distance using extended reach. Contact is avoided whenever possible. Opponents are neutralized before closing in. Hitmonchan relies on technique and repetition. Precision replaces raw power. Endurance decides the outcome over time. Lickitung uses its tongue as a primary tool. It interacts with the environment safely from a distance. Direct exposure is consistently avoided. Coughing fills the air with corrosive gas. The environment itself becomes hostile. Proximity quickly turns hazardous. Wheezing intensifies this toxicity further. Gases accumulate continuously. Even the air becomes difficult to endure. Rhyhorn advances through obstacles without slowing. Impacts are absorbed without reaction. Pain is ignored entirely. Raiden becomes an immovable barrier. Its mass defines the terrain. Progress stops wherever it stands. Chansey avoids conflict whenever possible. Survival depends on endurance and care. Resistance replaces retaliation. Tangela controls space through constantly moving vines. Visibility is limited. Safe approach becomes impossible. Kangaskhan remains calm under normal conditions. When its offspring is threatened, restraint disappears. The response is immediate and overwhelming. Horseia hides within gentle currents. Camouflage delays detection. Ink provides instant escape when danger appears. Seadra defends territory with precise, rapid attacks. Aggression is controlled and efficient. Intrusions are discouraged quickly. Goldeen controls small aquatic zones through constant motion. Speed compensates for size. Territory is maintained through persistence. Seeking dominates rivers and lakes aggressively. Size amplifies force. Invasions are not tolerated. Staryu regenerates continuously. Damage accumulates slowly. Retreat is rarely necessary. Starmie attacks through high-speed rotation. Movement becomes a weapon. Precision defines every strike. Mr. Mime manipulates space using invisible barriers. Movement becomes restricted without warning. Opponents struggle to navigate freely. Scyther hunts quickly and directly. Speed removes hesitation. Escape is unlikely once pursuit begins. Jinx disrupts opponents through rhythmic motion. Focus weakens rapidly. Mental control always comes first. Electabuzz discharges energy unpredictably. Static builds constantly. Close proximity becomes dangerous very quickly. Magmar withstands extreme heat with ease. Flames burn continuously. Fire serves as both warning and defense. Pinsir dominates at close range. Strength is applied without hesitation. Once trapped, escape becomes impossible. Tauros sustains relentless aggression. Forward momentum never stops. Exhaustion affects everything except Tauros. Magikarp survives through persistence alone. Defensive options are minimal. Endurance is its only advantage. Gyarados releases stored pressure as uncontrolled destruction. Rage replaces restraint. Entire environments suffer the consequences. Lapras moves calmly through open waters. Emotional stability supports long migrations. Endurance outweighs aggression. Ditto adapts instantly by copying nearby forms. Identity is never fixed. Exposure is avoided through imitation. Eevee evolves based entirely on environmental conditions. No single path defines its development. Adaptability ensures survival. Vaporeon blends seamlessly with water. Its form becomes difficult to track. Detection is significantly reduced. Jolteon reacts with extreme speed. Action occurs before danger is fully perceived. Delay does not exist. Flareon stores heat internally. Energy builds gradually. Releases are brief, violent, and powerful. Porygon exists within artificial environments. Adaptation occurs through data processing. Biology is secondary. Omanite retains traits from ancient oceans. Survival relies on structures designed for a different era. Adaptation is limited. Omastar becomes increasingly aggressive with growth. Tentacles extend control outward. Prey is captured without restraint. Kabuto survives through ancient defensive design. Change is resisted. Durability replaces flexibility. Kabutops resolves hunts quickly. Speed and sharp limbs dominate encounters. Hesitation leads to failure. Aerodactyl dominates the sky through raw aggression. Flight is fast and violent. Fear follows its movement. Snorlax appears inactive and unthreatening. Mass alone blocks all progress. Movement becomes impossible around it. Articuno intensifies extreme cold through silent presence. Temperatures drop rapidly. The environment responds immediately. Zapdos disrupts balance with electrical chaos. Storms form around its arrival. Control of the sky is absolute. Moltres leaves destruction and renewal behind. Fire reshapes the land. Change follows its path. Dratini remains hidden for long periods. Growth is slow and isolated. Exposure is carefully avoided. Dragonair channels internal energy calmly. The environment responds subtly. Conflict is rarely necessary. Dragonite combines power with restraint. Strength is immense but controlled. Force is used only with purpose. Mewtwo defines itself through absolute power. Identity is imposed through dominance. Control replaces origin. Mew contains limitless potential. Its capabilities remain undefined. Existence itself defies known evolution. Kanto is not just a place. It is a balance in constant change. Every Pokémon fulfills a function. Some dominate, others endure. Together, they form a world where survival is never accidental. This has only been the beginning, because as the environment continues to evolve, so do they.